Hello Scorpio, thank you for tuning in. For the general read, the main cards I'm going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. For the supportive cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, this is interesting. We've got an open spot here. Let's see what that's about. I have a couple, I think the first half of your reading is going to be about the Page of Swords here. That's your overall for the first half. And I feel like you're trying to stay above something here. Your overall energy for the first half anyway, I feel like you're trying to stay out of something or trying not to... You're very careful about what you're saying, but you're trying to stay out of something. For that reason, you're trying to keep your input as little as possible. You're trying not to even hear about it. You're trying to stay away from certain things. You're trying not to react as much as possible in the beginning here. Okay. I feel like the majority of this situation is stuff going on around you that's affecting you. Okay, so what you're trying to stay out of, and you're trying not to react or communicate too much about, because I feel like you might know some things. You may have some intel on this situation, and you're just like, you're feeling like your 2 cents is just not going to improve anything, and you don't want to be involved. Getting that feeling in the very first half at the very least. There's a lot of things going on here. I feel like there's a lot of work. Is this work related? For most of you, I do feel like this is work related, and you're very busy getting things done, but there's a lot of chit chat and chatter. I feel like that there's a lot of, whatever it is, for a lot of you it is a work, like literally employment work situation. For others, you're working with a bunch of people. It could be like some type of organization or something you help out with. Excuse me. No matter what way that hits, I feel like it's a lot of work. And it's causing people to complain a bit. There's a lot of information going back and forth. And you're trying to stay out of it. I feel like you might realize why things are being done or what's going to happen. You might have an inside track, or you kind of are watching and you're seeing where things are going, and you don't want to be a part of it. You don't want to get dragged down into the negative part. Alright. Typically these aren't bad cards, and I don't feel like they are. I just feel like there's a lot going on. And you're getting a lot done. There's a lot to be done, but a lot of the people, I feel like they feel overtaxed and they're kind of complaining, or they don't like where things are going. I feel like good people are getting caught up in negativity a little bit here. And I feel like you're seeing that, but you're feeling like you can't really get involved, or you're just... I feel like you're looking at the situation and you're just looking at it like there's nothing I can do to stop this. If I get involved, not only am I not going to be able to change the spin, but I might get pulled right into it myself, and I don't want that. And you're trying to stay out of it. You're trying to like communicate as little as possible or be involved as little as possible. You're trying to concentrate on the work aspect. Okay. So that's the first half here. You're just trying to stay out of it. That being said, I do think you're aware of some changes. Maybe not. They're like, nah, maybe not. Okay, so there's an open spot here right in this section here, which is the next what's going to happen for you here. I feel like what they're saying is this goes on for a while. No. Changes are happening here that you have nothing to do with. There's nothing, like, it's open. Why is it open? It's weird. Well, let's go on, because this goes into the next half anyway. I'm sure the message will come here. Why that? Because we have a spot here that they left blank, and I'm just figuring out why we left it blank. Now, I'm getting a cleaning house effect here. I'm getting a cleaning house. Some situations aren't working out, and whatever the situation you're helping with, some people are being removed from it. Some people might be let go, or they're just not a part of this. Whatever this is that you're a part of, other people are being removed from it. What else is going on here? Things are being improved. There's a lot of improvements going on. I don't really think you're going to be one of the ones removed. So whatever you're being a part of, whatever this is you're a part of, I feel like you see kind of like this isn't going a good direction overall, and that's why you're stepping out. Because you don't want to be one of the people that gets kind of flushed away. And that does happen. I feel like you kind of, I don't know if you really know it's going to happen, but you're thinking there's a good chance because things are not going well. People are chatting a little bit too much. It could be just in the sense of like, if this is a work situation, like teams or like departments are being juggled around. It could be something like that. I'm also getting like if you're helping out, let's say I'm getting kind of like a bizarre craft fair type feel. So maybe that hits for somebody or a few of you where you're helping with that or organizing that and there's a lot of people involved. Certain people aren't going to be included going forward. All right. So there's other venues where this takes effect. Like something's going on where there's a lot of people involved and there's some negative talk and those people are not going to be going forward with the situation. Not the way it is now. That's the very least of it. You stepped out because you saw this was becoming a problem. Okay. Now there's a bit of patience on your side. Because I feel like there might be like a little stagnant period. Is this what this is? Alright, so I'm wondering if there's like a pause. There's a lot of work. There's all this chatter around you. You're trying to stay out of. And I feel like you, for the most part, you're pretty successful. You're chatting here and there. You're not like snubbing people, but you're trying to step out of the situation as much as possible. You don't want to be noticed in the situation. You don't want to be known for talking negatively. Now, there's a pause here. A stagnant period. So, this could go a few different ways, but in some respect, the situation is kind of like on pause. Excuse me. For some of you, you step away from it. I don't really feel like that's how it's working, though. There's a pause. Like, how does the pause happen is subject to the situation. I don't know if there's a break or if this is like something that was going to happen anyway, but there's a moment here where nothing is happening. Nothing is happening in the situation. But on the outside, or I don't feel like you're a part of it, but whoever is in control of it, or if it's a group of people or one or two people, whatever it is, that's when they make these changes. And when things are realigned, however that happens, I do feel like you're okay. But there's people that were removed that you definitely cared for, but I feel like you're also kind of like, I feel like you're missing people. You're sad that certain people were removed from the situation. There's definitely good left here. I feel like the fact that you're still involved and there's still certain aspects working to your favor here, that the situation is not a complete loss. I do feel like there's certain people that were removed that you feel sad that they were removed. Okay. And it might take you a little while to come to peace with this. I feel like you're waiting for it to completely shake out at this point still. But you realize that it's not going to hit you negatively. It's just I feel like it's the social atmosphere is changing, and you're a little sad to see it change. You're thinking it could have been handled a different way, that the people, like, I feel like you're sad because there's friends and connections that you liked that have been removed. I'm getting that over and over again. Like, some people were removed. And I feel like that's sad for you. And it's going to take you a while to get used to that. I feel like you might decide to change your involvement too. No? No. Alright, so never mind that. So what are we talking about? So something brings you to peace here. The reason you stepped out was so you wouldn't have a negative effect on you here, and I feel like that worked out in your favor. Okay. I feel like you got the Temperance and the Peace card here, which I feel like you have to hold back a little bit and just kind of feel it out. It's taking a while for you. I feel like it takes a while for you to get comfortable with it again, but it's going to be fine for you. I do feel like you don't like it though. I don't really feel like you like the fact that certain people you cared for have been removed from the situation. Because there's definitely a divide here where there's a stagnant moment here where nothing happens. And I feel like you're away from the situation and you're probably busy with other things and you're just not thinking of it. But then when you start back up, I feel like you're realizing things have changed. And I'm kind of getting, for the most part, that's how it happens for the majority of you. When you get back into it, you're realizing so-and-so and 3 other people aren't there anymore. In the best case scenario, maybe they're over in some other unit or doing something else, but for the most part, they're not directly involved with you anymore at the very least. And you're kind of like a little shocked, a little unhappy about it. Like, there's friendships that you're missing already. And I don't feel like you're losing it over it. I feel like you're just kind of like, you saw the writing on the wall, that's why you pulled back. You may have like hinted to some people, maybe we should just relax, and you knew it wasn't going to work, so you just let them do what they had to do. But it worked out the way it worked out. I feel like you're at peace with how you handled it, and I feel like you're also at peace knowing that the other people who got removed, there was nothing you could do to stop them. You knew they're their own people. They handle things the way they do. It's not like you could live their life for them. I do feel like you tried to at least drop a couple hints here and there, and you realized it wasn't going anywhere. Like, they were going to do what they wanted to do, so you just did what was best for you. But you still miss these friendships. Okay. And I feel like that's the whole thing about this reading, that you're stepping out of it is a great idea. Holding back is smart. You're concentrating on the work aspect of it. It's keeping you busy. It's keeping you out of the rumor mill or whatever that is, the chitter chatter. And because of that, you move on with this situation. You continue here. I feel like you're continuing on in this situation. But the other people, the negative people, or people who were seen as negative, I should say, they were removed. If they were seen as negative, and you were well aware of that's what it was going to take, like if you were seen as negative, they were going to remove people who were perceived as negative, and that's what happened. I don't feel like you knew that for sure. For the most part, maybe some of you did, but for the majority of you, I don't think you did. But you had inklings like that was a good possibility. Okay. I feel like I'm just kind of going around in circles, so I'm going to actually wrap this up here. Hopefully that helped out. I always appreciate the comments. Thank you very much. I'm trying to do my best to keep up with the comments. Thank you so much for all the comments. And if you would like a reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.